Hi, and welcome to our latest Impact Insight Bite from Travel Forward, formerly the Travel Foundation. I'm Caroline Bremner, Data Insight Specialist, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Gina Davies, Communications Manager, where we are looking at some of the most important findings from Booking.com's latest sustainability report. So this report, which is released every year, is based on 32,500 respondents across 35 markets. And what the report shows us is that 85% of consumers agree that traveling sustainably is important or very important to them when on holiday. We still see the same familiar say-do gap, but in some areas the gap appears to be narrowing, especially for baby boomers, particularly where practical everyday behaviours such as energy saving or recycling carry over into travel. So what does this mean for destinations? Well, the most striking findings are about changing traveller patterns. Globally, 43% of travellers say that they plan to avoid overcrowded tourist destinations, and that's up a staggering 11% compared to last year, while 42% plan to travel outside of peak season in shoulder season or off-peak. And a further 25% say that they will seek out destinations with cooler temperatures.
Thanks, Caroline. Yes, I think these shifts really matter because changing traveller behaviour and demand is not just a future scenario. It's here, it's already happening. Climate change, extreme weather, price pressures, overcrowding, and concerns about resident backlash are all influencing where and when people choose to travel.
So for destinations, the priority is to understand what these changes really mean in their own place. So a warming climate will create different risks and opportunities depending on the destination, its location, the season, the visitor economy, and the needs of the local communities. The move away from peak season and overcrowded places can be welcome. However, this may reduce pressures on destinations already at their limits, but this could create more pressures elsewhere. So there are definitely some real problems when it comes to creating a more stable employment by smoothing out peaks and troughs of demand.
Yes, I think it's really important to remember that this shift doesn't automatically lead to more sustainable outcomes. So without careful planning, demand can simply move pressure from one month to another or one place to another. And overcrowding, pressure on infrastructure, water and energy, and community concerns, these things can all reappear in new locations and new seasons if growth isn't managed well and properly.
I mean, the so-called coolcation trend is part of this bigger picture. So cooler destinations are increasingly appealing to travelers seeking out more comfort in a warming climate, and terms such as Arctic summer are gaining attention on social media. Longer term projections from the European Joint Research Centre suggest that climate change could reduce tourism demand in parts of southern Europe potentially by 10%, while increasing demand in some northern destinations by 5% over the longer term into the next century.
So there's clearly an opportunity here to rebalance tourism by extending seasons where appropriate and managing visitor flows more effectively. But the goal isn't about simply moving visitors around. It's all about reducing pressure, strengthening resilience, and supporting local communities, and ultimately about helping destinations adapt to a changing climate.
So we hope you've enjoyed this latest Impact Insight Bite today. Today we've looked at how changing traveller demand is reshaping seasonality and why destinations need to understand both the risks and the opportunities that this creates. Spreading demand beyond peak seasons on overcrowded places can be positive, but only if it's managed carefully. Otherwise, we risk shifting the same pressures into different months or different destinations, which would not be a very good outcome. So join us next time for more data and insights to help navigate uncertainty and support long-term business and destination success. Thank you.